Welcome to San Francisco, the city by the bay. World famous for its fog-swept Golden Gate Bridge and legendary hills. But San Francisco is much more than mist and monuments. It's where Victorian charm and multicultural influences merge into a mosaic of timeless architecture and artistic experiences. Where vast urban parks offer diversions and escapes from the bustle of tourist hubs like Fisherman's Wharf, which we'll cover in this video too. Whether you're a Bay Area resident or visiting from afar, we will take you to the heart of what makes the city by the bay one of the world's most unforgettable destinations. Stick around until the end of the video for San Francisco's best loved landmarks, hidden gems, and tips on how to make your trip smooth and memorable. Hi, this is Peter, and you're watching Peter and Selena's Guidebook. If you love exploring the wonders of the world through its sights and flavors, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. So let's get started. San Francisco's beauty begins with its geography. Rolling hills framed by the Pacific Ocean on one side and by the bay on the other. Its dramatic terrain shapes breathtaking views in every direction. And from here, world-class escapes are just a short drive away, including Napa Valley, Muir Woods, and the picturesque seaside town of Sausalito. First up, Marin Headlands, offering the most iconic sweeping vistas of the Golden Gate and San Francisco skyline across the bay. It's a breathtaking detour you can couple with a visit to nearby Sausalito. This national preserve also provides miles of hiking trails and historic landmarks. Quick driving tip: after crossing the Golden Gate Bridge heading north, take the Alexander Avenue exit and follow the signs toward the Baker Barry Tunnel into the Headlands. Once you're on Conzelman Road, you'll hit several excellent pullouts before coming to the Battery Spencer parking lot. Use them to capture the moment because parts of the road ahead are one way, so you cannot turn back if the Battery Spencer lot is full. Next up, Golden Gate Park, San Francisco's backyard. At 3 miles long, it's larger than New York City's Central Park and packed with lakes, woods, gardens, and museums. It's best to start at Blue Heron Lake, the most central point to access the main activities in the park. You can usually find plenty of free parking just past the boathouse along the lake. At the east end of the lake, it's just a short walk down a flight of stairs to the Botanical Gardens, which is just opposite the Japanese Tea Gardens. Great spots worth visiting, particularly in the spring when the cherry blossoms are in bloom. From late June through August, visit the Conservatory of Flowers when its dahlia gardens explode with color, as do the large azaleas scattered around the park. Visit the Music Concourse, a central gathering place in the park. Bordered by California Academy of Sciences and the Young Museum, there's always something for natural history and art lovers to see. At the Music Concourse Bandshell, free concerts run most Sundays from May through October and on other days. Check the link below for details. Food and dessert trucks are set up behind the bandshell, or bring your own for a picnic. Bike rentals are also conveniently located behind the bandshell. It's a great way to access the further reaches of the park without having to repark your car. Queen Wilhelmina Garden at the western edge of Golden Gate Park transports you to a slice of Holland. In the early spring, thousands of tulips surround its Dutch-style windmill, originally built in 1902 to pump irrigation water for the park. If you're driving there, you can usually find parking along John F. Kennedy Drive near the park or right across Coastal Route 1 at the Ocean Beach parking lot. Let's explore Presidio National Park, an historic military post transformed into a unique urban green space. Here you can visit Baker Beach, a must-see for its combination of Golden Gate views, pristine ocean beach, and golden sunsets. Budget some extra time before sunset, as the lot is small and you may need to park and walk. Next, head to the Crissy Field Waterfront and Beach, a favorite spot for biking, running, and relaxed bay views. At the end of Crissy Field is Torpedo Wharf, a historic pier that is popular for fishing and crabbing. Stick around if you love the great outdoors, as we'll cover some incredible local hikes later in this video. Shifting gears just across the green into the Marina District is the Palace of Fine Arts, one of San Francisco's most iconic landmarks. Its grand rotunda, Greco-Roman columns, and reflective lagoon make it instantly recognizable. The interior hosts events and a theater, but this spot is really about the architecture and peaceful outdoor setting, a favorite for quiet strolls and photography. In San Francisco's art scene, the Legion of Honor Museum is truly a hidden gem. Perched on a bluff above the Pacific, it's just a short walk from the breathtaking Land's End Trail, which we'll cover in a couple of minutes. As a World War I memorial built to honor fallen Californians, it's often overlooked by tourists who mistake it for a military museum. In fact, it's a world-class art museum featuring European paintings, sculpture, and ceramics, along with ancient Egyptian, Grecian, and modern works, including abstract impressionism. As part of the museum's permanent works on display, the Auguste Rodin sculpture collection is one of the finest in the world outside the Musée Rodin in Paris. The San Francisco Ballet, performing in the historic War Memorial Opera House, is world-renowned, especially for its Nutcracker, set in 1915 San Francisco. For contemporary art lovers, San Francisco Museum of Modern Art is a top choice and features 7 floors of dynamic, changing exhibits. Moving from curated arts to colloquial culture, no trip to San Francisco would be complete without a visit to Chinatown. Its historical influence is foundational to San Francisco's multicultural identity. It's the oldest Chinatown in North America, a history that is literally baked into San Francisco as a culinary hub. If you're here around Lunar New Year, the incredible Flower Festival transforms Grant Avenue into an immersive celebration of culture, color, and cuisine. San Francisco's modern cultural heart is in Haight-Ashbury, the neighborhood that defined a generation. The summer of love never really ended here, it just evolved into a colorful tourist destination. Its streetscape is a beautifully messy mix of Victorian bones splashed in psychedelic colors. Discover or rediscover the magic of vinyl in the legendary Amoeba Music Store. Dig through its vintage record collection, one of the largest in the world. Don't have a vinyl turntable? Buy a vintage one here. And a spoiler alert, the Jimi Hendrix Red House is more myth than fact, but it remains a great photo op. Okay, it's time to talk about some essential tourist rites of passage. The real magic of this city's landscape is its hilly topography. The best ways to experience it are by foot, which you cannot avoid, by cable car, and by driving down Lombard Street. Brake check, anyone? Lombard Street is touristy, but it's worth it. Vermont Street between 20th and 22nd is actually more crooked, but Lombard is steeper and more scenic. There are great views from the top and blooming flowers at the bottom. Try walking it for great exercise and for a whole different perspective, including some trick photography nearby. San Francisco's cable cars are the only moving national monument in the U.S. The Powell Hyde Line is the most scenic, climbing and dipping across the city's steepest hills. It connects Union Square, Lombard Street, and Fisherman's Wharf with postcard views along the way. But remember, this is an experience, not transportation, as waits can run 30 to 60 minutes on weekends and holidays. Want the best Alcatraz experience? Take the night tour. It means fewer crowds and better storytelling. Want to just circle the island up close? Then couple it with a bay cruise. But hold that thought for a minute. I should also mention that Union Square is back and safer now. This downtown hub for shopping, theaters, and cable car rides is perfect for people watching and photo ops. And its winter outdoor ice skating rink has also returned and is open from early November to mid-January for some festive holiday fun. And finally, there's Fisherman's Wharf and Pier 39, where the only true locals here are the seals. If you have a car, LAZ parking right across the street is very convenient, though $10 an hour, max $50 per day, and you'll need to budget a little extra time during peak hours. Whether you're local or a first-time visitor, don't miss the thrill of a sunset cruise beneath the Golden Gate Bridge and around Alcatraz, complete with postcard views of the city skyline. The Blue and Gold Fleet runs its daily 60-minute bay cruise from the Pier 41 terminal area multiple times per day. If you want the best sunset views, look for the special 90-minute evening departures. Check the description below for details. And here's an important tip. It always feels at least 10 degrees colder on the water, so layer up. A great dining option at Pier 39 is Fog Harbor Restaurant. As with most places in the city, reservations are essential. Its seafood is a little pricey, but we got away with a couple of delicious bacon burgers totaling around $50 with picture window views of the wharf and bay. Just across the Golden Gate Bridge or a short ferry ride from Pier 41 is Sausalito, a small harbor town that feels lifted from the Mediterranean. White sailboats drift in the bay, cafes spill onto the sidewalks, and the hillside streets slope toward the water. Stroll along the bridgeway lined with little boutiques, art galleries, and ocean air. At the heart of this town, Haight-Ashbury Park opens up to the old harbor with a panoramic view of San Francisco across the bay. If you stop for a meal, consider Skoma's, a classic waterfront spot for fresh seafood and bay views. If you have an extra day, consider a memorable escape. Just an hour north of San Francisco is the world-famous wine region of Napa Valley. Ready for Napa? Check out our complete guide to the best wineries, scenic spots, restaurants, and more. Next up, amazing hikes and outdoor adventures. For hiking within the city, it doesn't get any better than the Land's End Trail. If you couple it with a visit to the Legion of Honor Museum, it's just a short walk to the trail from the museum parking lot. From there, you have two choices for a picturesque cliffside hike. Going left or south and west, towards the historic Sutro Bath Ruins and Land's End Lookout. This is an easy to moderate 1 mile hike. Or you can go right, which is north and east like we did, towards the Seacliff neighborhood and El Camino del Mar trailhead. You'll be rewarded with spectacular vistas from Eagles Point Overlook and Golden Gate Bridge views along the way. This is also 1 mile each way. For either option, budget a 1 hour round trip. If you happen to be in the Golden Gate Heights neighborhood, the Moraga Steps at 16th Avenue is a delightful and artistic diversion, a mosaic staircase that ends at Grandview Park for a panoramic ocean view. And last but not least, just across the bridge is Muir Woods, a national monument and park that is home to some of the tallest trees on Earth. There are 3 ways to get to Muir Woods. By car, which is about 45 minutes from San Francisco, parking reservations are required and often book out weeks in advance. By shuttle, which is about an hour from downtown with pickups in Sausalito and Mill Valley, reservations also required. See the links below for more information. And by foot, no reservations required, and you can buy your park entry pass when you arrive. There are several trails leading in, but we chose the Dipsea Trail from Mill Valley. It's about 4 hours round trip, plus the time you need to explore the Grove. If you're in the mood for hiking, plan a day around this route, including a short visit to your base camp of Mill Valley. Just across the Golden Gate towards Stinson Beach, coming off Route 101, the road winds into Mill Valley, a quiet town tucked beneath the redwoods. This place feels like a world apart, with cozy cafes, soft light filtering through the trees, and a creek running through the town. At the edge of town sits the Mill Valley Library, maybe the most peaceful library you'll ever visit. Built of wood and glass with a wide veranda that opens up onto the forest. And, importantly, plenty of free street parking. Right behind it begins the Dipsea Trail, a locals route that climbs up from the edge of town and down into Muir Woods at Redwood Canyon. It's about 3 miles each way, steep at times, but shaded and quiet. Bring plenty of water, layers of clothing, and a backpack to put all those layers in when you get to the sunny spots of the Dipsea Trail. A path lined with ferns and wildflowers that guide you down to the Valley of the Giants. The stillness here feels worlds away from the city, cool air, filtered light, and babbling brooks. The redwoods rise more than 250 feet high, so the best way to see them is vertical. Look for our upcoming short for a more immersive Muir Woods experience. Summary and tips. The best times to visit? Overall, September and October for clear, warm, and dry weather. In late January or early February, depending on the year, Lunar New Year in Chinatown is festive and colorful. In March through April, see the spring blooms in Golden Gate Park and the Botanical Gardens. May to early June tends to be more mild with fewer tourists right before peak season. In San Francisco, microclimates matter. It can be sunny and warm in one neighborhood and foggy and cold in another, particularly at the beach or on the water. We suggest layering and always having a jacket or sweater handy. Getting around. Tour buses. The open-top big bus is a great way to get a surface-level overview of the entire city in around 2.5 hours with the ability to hop on and off at any of its stops. See the link below for details. Ride shares. Uber and Lyft are a quick and efficient way to get around, but for something more novel, download the Waymo app and try a driverless taxi. If you have a car, some places we covered earlier have free street parking, but come early and look at signs for time limits. And for Chinatown, it's best to use the Stockton Garage. Check the link below for hourly rates. Foodie tips. For dim sum, head to Lai Hong Lounge, our favorite at the edge of Chinatown and North Beach, or to the Richmond District for more top-notch Chinese food. For Korean Thai fusion, Kotai Republic in the Inner Sunset neighborhood has several creative must-try dishes on its dinner menu. For Italian, especially for pizza, pasta, and espresso, North Beach is the city's Little Italy vibe. Safety and security. Despite some media perceptions, San Francisco is not one of America's most dangerous cities. According to recent FBI data, it ranks 14th in violent crime among the 20 largest cities in the U.S. That said, like any big city, be aware of your surroundings, especially after dark, and take note of the areas to avoid. Avoid the Tenderloin District, which is just southwest of Union Square. It's known to have high property crime. Stick to the main streets and avoid this area if you can. The other place to watch out for is south of Market Street near the Civic Center, particularly between 3rd and 7th Streets. If you're there at night, we highly recommend using ride shares. Overall, San Francisco's unforgettable beauty is matched only by the wealth of its iconic scenery, landmarks, museums, and parks, making it one of the world's great playgrounds for cultural experiences and outdoor adventures. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video fun and informative. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time on Peter and Selena's Guidebook.
Just bend over. It's okay, brother.
Hey, bro.
It's okay, Uncle.
Alcatraz is over there.
Alcatraz over there. We right here. You good? Everybody clap your hands.